What do you think? Who's going to inevitably win within the ANC government?
I feel we need to make our voices heard, that it's time for change. It's time. So I'm not interested in factions.
Okay.
I'm saying let's get the job done.
All right.
Right? Let's get the job done.
Okay.
And don't come and try and buy me for this or for that. I'm not interested in that. Right? So this is what we need.
Yeah.
It's a better life for all.
Okay.
For all.
The other parties are that's rising up. The Patriotic Alliance, the Cape Kallard Congress. There's some grey area where they got deregistered, and they say they busy registering for national. I'm not sure, that process didn't sound right, and I tried to speak to Fabio, but I couldn't get hold of him. But there's the Good Party, and there's the Peter Marre's got the Freedom Front, you know, all these other smaller parties. Instead of, and I'm asking you this question, it's not my, I mean, joining the ANC, which had over 27 years basically to get things done, to change things and to implement things, why wouldn't you go and just join one of the smaller parties and apply your
It is their democratic right. This is what we fought for. Okay. That anyone can start a party, anyone can do this. So it's their democratic right, and may they go ahead and exercise the democratic right.
But you feel the ANC is the vehicle for you? Do you think there's still hope within the ANC after all the things we saw?
For centuries of oppression, how do you fix it in a few decades? You can't, right? You can't. It needs it. How do we make change? Little by little, we will make that change. And so, remember as well, the ANC still has the mandate from the majority of the people of the country, and so this is the party that is able to bring about change if it has the political will to do so. I don't see any other party that has the capability to do that. And what we want to see is change. We want to see the benefit come to the people. And so that's why I'm doing this.
Okay, so now if we take everything that you said now into account, right? I get what you're saying. I've heard it before. We can't change it over time, over three decades. It's impossible. But there are countries out in Asia that actually, there's in Saudi Arabia, all those countries, they are prospering because we dealing with corruption, with fraud and all these things. So the ball won't turn because of the corruption. So they could have made more progress. Instead, a lot of the companies were broken down. State institutions, SAA, Addinall, SABC used to work for them. I mean, I saw a video of the Addinall staff crying the other day in a meeting, and they were going through the same issues as with SABC. All these old companies, and for me, when I look from the outside in, it's almost that they are trying to deliberately to break down these companies, to start new. If you break something, there's more money to be made. Now you have to come up with a strategy, you have to come up with a plan to fix it. And where does the money come from? From the government coffers. So for me, I think it's right what you say. You had 3 decades it's not enough, but we could have showed much more progress. Instead of all the policies, the right policies, but it's not implemented properly. So do we have the right leadership? Do we have the right skill up there in management level to roll out all these plans?
Certainly, with hindsight, we can argue that we could have done better. We can see the mistakes. I'm saying that the ANC is returning to its people. They've come here to Ward 63 and asked the people, is this the candidate you want? Because remember, what would happen before is they would just put the candidate and say, this is your candidate, deal with it, live with it. This is different. Okay. This is different.
How is it different this time?
It's different because they've come to ask the community, will you accept this candidate?
Yeah.
So, and that should happen across the board. It must happen across the board. So change is coming. It's inevitable because this is unsustainable. This business, this corruption and so forth, it's unsustainable. You can see how unhappy people are. It's not, it's a matter of, there's a lot of people have been also staying away from the polls. I'm hoping they'll come back.